Good evening, Miss Lane.
Oh, would you knock those beers, Superman? Lois isn't here, I'm afraid. It's just me, Rob.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have plans this evening?
No plans, mate. Just getting ready for the podcast.
I've been thinking. You know, there must be a lot of questions about me that people in the world would like to know the answers.
The answers? Yeah, good idea, actually. I could ask you some questions now, and it'll be good for the podcast. Have you listened to any of our episodes?
Not yet, thank goodness.
All right. Don't say it like that. Anyway, I'm going to open a beer. Do you want one?
No thanks. I never drink when I fly.
No, of course you don't. Right, I've got a couple of questions for you. Question 1, how old are you?
Over 21.
Yeah, good one. I'll use that one too, and the rest. How tall are you?
About 6'4".
Okay. Your weight?
Around 225.
Excellent. Well, I can see you work out there. Here's one then. What colour pants am I wearing?
Oh, you see, I sort of have a problem seeing through lead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was standing behind this lead plant pot. Let me just move out of the way. There you go. Can you tell now?
Pink.
Well, they weren't originally pink. They were white, and then the missus put a red top in the washing, and you know it is. Anyway, no one likes pink, do they?
I like pink very much.
Oh dear. Okay, fair enough. Where's that music coming from? Anyway, let's open one of these beers. There you go. Right, here's a question for you. How quick can you down a beer in?
I don't know, really. No, never actually, bothered to time myself. Why don't we find out?
Yeah, that's the spirit, Superman. You can get a taxi home anyway, so don't worry about it. Right, let's get on these beers. Oh, and we better start the podcast. Welcome to the 3 Retro Movie Geeks podcast with me, your host, Rob, the Truffle Shuffle Taylor.
First you gotta do the truffle shuffle.
And me, Paul, Save Clock Tower Constable.
Save the clock tower.
And Scott, I ain't got time to bleed with him.
I ain't got time to bleed.
And we will be discussing movies from the 80s and the 90s.
With some absolute classics and some not so well known classics.
From the greatest cinema era ever.
Well, hello, movie geeks out there. Welcome to episode 40. On this episode, the 3 Retro Movie Geeks are discussing the 1978 classic that is Superman the movie. That's right, one of the best movies of all time. And who is this bald guy introducing it, you may ask? Well, I'll answer. Hi, I'm Aaron Smolensky, and I was a little kid that lifted the truck in the original Superman movie.
Yes, and welcome to Metropolis, and welcome to Superman the movie. Decade breach, alarm. It's Super Scott and Super Mark. Nice intro for once.
Yes.
Didn't sack you boys off.
No.
So Decade breach.
Yeah, it's our second
70s one.
Yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws we done, and then this is.
No, you didn't say Star Wars.
No. I'm in my Superman suit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
Bit tight.
It is a bit tight, yeah. It's a little bit tight round the old crotch area.
Yeah, he's not got any red underpants over the top,
No.
so it's a little bit. Yeah.
No, that is really tight there.
That's the
actually.
Henry Cavill version.
And straight, it's small around the waist as well for some reason. There must
Right.
be that's obviously a
It's a
fault.
sensor.
Fault with the material there.
Oh, shit.
Okay, no pour from this one, so Mark's standing in. Cheers, Mark.
No, welcome. Yeah.
We're at my
Always a pleasure.
mum and dad's garden for this one.
Yeah. Nice
different.
little room, this.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Bit warm in here. I may have to take his suit off halfway through, and I've only got
What?
pants.
Yeah, I was going to say, what have you got underneath?
Pants.
All right.
I drove
Like
over
red?
in it. Yeah, I drove over in it, and I thought, oh god, what have I got to get petrol or something, or go to the shop? But luckily, it was all okay. What have we been watching recently? I haven't seen you for a while, Scott.
Oh, man, yes, of course. I was on holiday. And on holiday, I was able to watch a movie a night.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I was getting off the 80s scratch list. I may not even remember all these.
Right.
Labyrinth.
Yep.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. National Lampoon's Vacation.
That's it. Easy for you to say.
Footloose.
Yep.
Risky Business. Dark Crystal. And then I could top it off with Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. And of course, obviously Superman. There was one more. It's gone.
Come on, right.
It's gone.
Good holiday, then.
Yeah, it was a good holiday.
Excellent.
Yeah. One a night. It was.
Mark, you been watching anything?
We're rewatching Stranger Things.
Yes.
So I'm halfway through season 2 now.
Getting ready
Getting
for
season 5.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And I watched Cocktail. Yeah, I know you're going to be doing that fairly soon. I watched that the other day.
Cool.
I watched Deep Cover on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a new film with Orlando Bloom and a couple of
I've
others.
seen that one advertised.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not bad. For,
Cool.
Yeah.
I watched The Conjuring the other night. That was flashed up. I thought I'd watch that.
Okay.
In the daytime with the light on.
yeah.
I'm not stupid. And then I've really got back into Cobra Kai since our last episode.
Right.
Wayne told me to get back into that. And Series 5 is really cool. I'm loving that. And I watched The Mummy, 1999 one with
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah. That was quite good. Talking to Mummy, did you know there's one a new one been found in Egypt? Well, not a new one, an old one. It's been found in Egypt. Yep. When they found it was covered in chocolate and hazelnut. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they reckon it's the Ferrero Rocher.
Swing and a miss.
And the other thing I was going to watch was there's a documentary about the clitoris on Netflix. But I couldn't find it on there.
That was
That's when it was on the red button.
Oh, red button, yeah. Well, I was going to do red button, but I thought you've heard that one before then.
Yeah.
I thought no one does a red button anymore, do they? But I couldn't find it. Did you get it, Scott?
I guess it, Rob, yes.
Where is it? No one knows where it is, do they? On Netflix.
This is unrelated, but there was, what is it called? Something like Virgin Island or something like that.
Right.
So it's a reality TV show where loads of virgins go to an island and they're male and female virgins, and they're awkward people.
Did you two went there, did you?
No. So they never had sex, they never got around to it. But they're encouraged to kind of meet with these sex professionals.
Right.
And then eventually, if they get up to it, to have sex with them. So there was this scene where they were basically, these women were coaching these guys how to find a clitoris. Jesus. And I was just like, sat down, my wife was watching, I just sat down, eating dinner. I was like, what the hell is this, man?
They make programmes on anything these days.
They do make programmes on anything.
Literally anything.
What the hell is this? So
anyway, if you can let me know later. Okay, we are doing something. We're nearly going to do guess the film, but we're going to do something a little bit different. So I saw on Instagram the other day. Is it a meme? Is that what it's called? A meme when it comes up?
Why not? Let's call it a meme.
Yeah, I'm not down with the kids. And it said, describe a movie as boring as possible. And it was, the one that flashed up was, man goes to Nakatomi Plaza, to pick up wife from work, eventually succeeds. So that is...
Die Hard.
Right, so I've got a couple here. I've got 1, 2, 3, I think I've got six or seven here, and you've got to try and guess the film, okay? Just for fun, just shout it out. Okay, here we go. Describe your favourite movie as boring as possible. Woman takes a cruise, has a fling, loses boyfriend, throws expensive jewellery in ocean.
Oh, okay. Well, that's got to be Titanic, hasn't it?
Yes, Titanic, yeah. Okay, next one. A couple do some provocative dancing, and girl gets put in the corner.
Well, that's
Dirty
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. Do you get it now?
I get
these?
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Next one. Street thug gets chance to fight heavyweight, almost wins.
That's Rocky.
Rocky, well done. NASA tried the space thing again, but there was a problem.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that film.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 more. Man makes friends in jail, takes the warden's shoes and then escapes.
That's Shawshank Redemption.
And the last one. Some kids go looking for a dead body. They find it at the train tracks. Yeah.
I think I when because you posted this to us, I came up with one was like abnormally large shark just doing its thing, hunted to death.
Jaws.
Yeah. Because the shark was, it wasn't an evil shark. It was just doing its thing.
Okay, Superman. Superman, what a film this is.
This is a great film.
One of my
I haven't
favourites.
The original
seen
Super.
this. Yeah.
Movie.
Ages I haven't seen this.
No, I loved it as a kid. I've not seen it in a long time, but yeah.
Yeah, the classic, the one and only Superman, Christopher Reeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Directed by Richard Donner, 1978. I can't believe how long ago it was.
Nearly 50 years old now, isn't it? Yeah.
I had Superman wallpaper. I'm pretty sure I had a Superman lunchbox as well.
Yeah, I'm sure I had a Superman duvet set. And, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think I might have a duvet
I had
actually.
pyjamas, actually.
I definitely had the costume.
Yeah. Yeah, Duvet.
As did everybody. Superman.
Yeah.
Superman, man.
I mean, you've got to remember, it wasn't until 11 years later when Batman came out. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Superman was the only superhero film series out there.
I couldn't think of any other superheroes at the time.
No.
I sort of knew Batman, which would have been Adam West.
Yeah.
Yes, you have Adam West in the 60s, yeah.
But this is someone who flies, and the effects were amazing when it came out.
They
wasn't
were
it?
amazing.
300 million it took,
Right.
on a budget of 55 million. It was the most expensive film of the year.
I think it was the most expensive film ever made.
Was
at
it?
that point.
In
It was
78 being...
3.5 times more expensive than Star Wars.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's amazing.
In 78 being $55 million,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
it's
highest-
interesting because it was Warner Brothers owned DC Comics,
Right.
and it was Warner Brothers who distributed the film.
Right, okay.
But it was the Salkins who actually bought the rights to it and to
That's
produce
it.
it because Warner Brothers didn't want to put the money for it, so they'd distribute it, but they didn't want to pay the money for it. So it was them, to be fair, who put all the money in.
Yeah.
And they went out for a sort of class. They got Mario Puzo, who wrote The Godfather,
You right, okay.
to write the story.
Oh, well, that's where, what's his face
Marlon
comes in.
Brando obviously comes
yeah.
in, and Gene Hackman had just done French Connection, so they went for all the big names, apart from Christopher Reeve, because I think,
He was an unknown, wasn't he?
yeah, there was a lot of arguments as to who was going to play
As
Superman.
always, it still is.
Yeah.
It still is.
But in the end, I think Richard Donner wanted someone that was unknown. So he said, I think Robert Redford was one of the ones that was...
Yeah.
Superman.
I got a list here. Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood, Robert
No.
Redford,
No.
Stallone, Arnie, and this one come up, Elton John.
Yeah, I don't think...
Did you read that?
I didn't. I heard Dustin Hoffman as well, but I mean, Dustin Hoffman
No.
was about 5'4", he never worked.
The thing is, Superman fights every night, but Elton John, he's only Saturday nights right fighting for him. But it was true. His name was on the list. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. But rightly, Richard Donner wanted an unknown because
Yeah.
he said if you see Clint Eastwood playing Superman, and say, "Oh, that's Clint Eastwood playing Superman," you get an unknown, and
Makes
suddenly
sense.
that is Christopher Reeve is Superman.
It makes
That is-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Marlon Brando were top billing. So it was Marlon Brando,
Yeah.
Gene Hackman,
And then
Richard
Christopher
Donner
Reeve.
film, then
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve
Do
come
you know
in.
how much Christopher Reeve got paid for the film?
No, I read 250,000.
That's right. Yeah, and
Brando,
was
like 3.7 was it or something?
yeah plus 11.7% of the profits. So he ended up making over 10 million. In today's money, it was about 70 million pounds he got for
Good lord.
20 minutes work, if that might
Yeah.
have been less than that. Yeah.
And he was really lazy apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't learn his lines.
Yeah.
He wrote them down on the set and then was reading them out.
Apparently on the
Yeah.
baby's diaper.
That's it?
Yeah,
I read that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it didn't come across that way.
No. Also, he said, like when we're rehearsing, let's have the cameras going in case we get the perfect take because that'll do. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure Superman got 250,000 for both
Both
films.
films. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, because 1 and 2 were filmed at the same time, weren't
Yeah.
they? But
Well, I saw an interview with Christopher Reeve, and he was saying like he was basically doing it for the money, Marlon Brando. You know, whereas Superman, Christopher Reeve it was all about the film. You know, he seemed a nice guy as well,
yeah,
Christopher Reeve.
yeah.
Sadly, passed away 21 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah,
He's already passed away, 21.
2004. Because he had his accident.
Jesus.
Tragically, he had his accident in '95. I can remember that. I remember it on the news.
Yeah, I do remember that. It is a tragic story for
Yeah.
someone who played Superman.
And and talking about the ones that passed away, basically half this cast have as well. Margot Kidder, she died 2018. Lex Luthor, obviously, recently.
Oh, he did.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Brando was 2004. Ned Beatty, 2021. They all passed away. There's only a couple that are still alive. Jimmy Olsen
Yeah, yeah.
and Miss Desmacher.
It's
Which is
going back
like,
to the billing on the film and how low Christopher Reeve was. When you
Yeah.
think about Margot Kidder, I mean, there was probably 10 names before it got to
Yeah.
her, and you thought, really,
Wow.
she was one of the main characters in the film.
Different era,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Fact I've got, do you know, obviously one of the concerns Richard Donner had when casting Christopher Reeve was he was 6'4", but he was quite skinny. They needed to bulk up and work out, and do you know who they got?
Yes.
Up and through the
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Prowse.
Prowse, the Green
Yeah.
Cross Code man. Yeah.
So, well, I don't remember looking at Christopher Reeve's physique as a kid, not really understanding.
No.
But looking at him in this, he is stacked.
Yeah.
But have you seen
He's
the...
tall, he's got a
Yeah.
thick
Yeah,
neck,
the
thick
audition
shoulders.
tape, he's quite skinny and he's
Right.
got sweat patches like me in his outfit underneath his arms, and then he does look skinny and he has bulked up.
He does. It's
Yeah.
like it's quite impressive.
Good looking guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
You don't at the time you don't
Yeah.
think of it when you were a kid, but you look at him now and you think
It-
reminds me of Elvis.
Yeah.
His
And
hair
it is
and
quite
everything.
impressive performance for him. When you see how difference between Superman and Clark Kent,
Yeah.
how his whole sort of posture,
Yeah, he
mannerisms.
does
Yeah,
does
there's
that very
this
well.
great scene in there when he's slouched over, isn't he?
You pre-warned me about that, and I did spot it, and
Yeah.
that was very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how can you just wear your glasses and you not tell that that's Superman? But it's the way he acts. He's like a clumsy, bumbling fool, isn't he, Clark Kent?
Yeah.
And then Superman is Mr. Cool, like me. And your Clark Kent, Scott.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, he takes glasses off.
Oh,
Oh,
I took the glasses
you
off.
took the
There
glasses
I
off.
am.
There he is. Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
So the reason we're doing this then, this particular film at this sort of time, is because there's a new James Gunn Superman.
This is why we're doing it. Correct.
So we're kind of just tying it in with that. Hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah. Try and get some hashtags in there.
Get some extra listeners. But I'm very excited about seeing that film.
I'm
what
taking
do
my
you
mum.
guys think? You're taking your mum to see it?
Yeah, I'm taking her to
What do
see
you
it.
guys think of the look of it? What do you guys think? How's it going to go?
The dog seemed a little bit cheesy when I saw the dog,
Yeah.
but I think you just got to take it as... This film was a bit cheesy, wasn't it? The first one. It was a bit silly. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with it and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
They're taking the
excited.
music, or at least the
They got the
main
John
theme from-
Williams theme back.
Yeah.
Goosebumps when I hear that.
This sort of like almost 50-year-old film, when I put it on, that bit come up and it was just like, whoa.
The opening credits are epic, aren't
Whoa.
they?
Yeah.
Now they've gone for a long time.
I went to cinema a few months back and I was in the foyer getting popcorn, like you do, and this was advertised on the screens there, and the music come on, and straight away I was like, it just takes me back.
John Williams' theme, man.
Yeah.
Well, how many John Williams films have we done now? Jaws,
I don't know, actually. Jaws,
Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back, Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I think this is my favourite one, though.
This is this is up there.
Yeah.
This is up there. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all of three of them.
Talking of the Supermans, then the people who played Superman.
Yeah.
The latest one is
David Consway.
That's it. Now there's 9 people that have played him over the times. I got their names here.
Wow.
With a little list I made.
I think I've got you on this.
Kirk Allen, I think his name
So he
is.
was the original back in the
40s, late 40s.
Okay, the TV series.
Yeah. George Reeves was 51.
Yeah.
Then Christopher Reeves, 1978. I didn't check if they're related.
Interesting.
but-
No, that
Yeah,
way.
definitely.
My second favourite one, Dean Cain.
So it went from. I was thinking about this. It went from Christopher Reeve straight to Dean Cain.
Yes.
Superman Lois.
Right.
No, Superman: The New Adventures. The
New Adventures of Superman, 93 I think
Yeah.
that was. Tom Welling then did Smallville.
Yep.
Brandon
Ruth. Yeah.
Superman Returns.
I did like that one. That's a direct continuation from Superman 2. So
Right.
it's forgetting
Yes.
Quest for Peace and all
That one
that.
with Kevin Spacey.
It's one with Kevin Spacey, who plays the Gene Hackman character very, very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, obviously,
Yep.
Man of
2013.
Steel. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and then Tyler... Is it Tyler Hoechlin? 2021?
Tyler Hoechlin.
He was
Superman
Superman Lois.
Superman Lois guy, yeah.
So 9, I think I got that right. 9 people have played
Plus
Superman.
all the people who've played him in animated series.
And me on the
stuff.
podcast.
Yeah.
in my outfit.
But anyway, as soon as someone says Superman, it's just Christopher Reeve as if... Yeah,
Christopher Reeves, and then more recent audience will say Henry Cavill, I think.
Christopher Reeve's the boy.
He's
the
who
boy.
we grew up with, right?
Yes, and I think that's
Sure.
why, isn't it? Yeah. Right, shall we fly to Metropolis? Oh no, we'll fly to Krypton first of all. Shall we go through
Let's go
Superman?
fly through the Krypton.
Yeah.
Let's go through Superman. It starts off with this comic. I can't remember this. When I was
No,
a
I
kid.
don't remember.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a weird.
It's filmed backwards. Have you noticed
Yeah,
that?
it's a bit of a weird premise because what's it telling us?
I guess
It's almost like it's setting up the Daily Planet film rather
Yeah.
than the Superman
Well,
film.
I think what's saying is the film starts in 1938, so the stealing Krypton
right.
is 1938.
I can't remember this as a kid.
No.
And then the whole bit that we're about to talk about now with Marlon Brando and Crip, that bored me when I was a kid. It was just
Yeah.
boring old
Yeah,
men.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to get fast forward to Superman.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't
Some
remember much
interesting
about
new
it.
visual techniques at the time with all the bright fluorescent suits and
Yeah.
stuff.
Tiny,
Quite nice.
tiny little like things sewn onto it.
Yeah. Kind of the world building with the crystalline surface and the great big dome.
Yeah.
All stuff that was just
The credits
blew us away.
The credits went on for ages.
Oh, they
didn't
did.
I tried to get my wife to watch it. And I said, sit down and watch Superman, right? And I was halfway through the credits, looked around, she'd gone, she'd left. Where have we gone? I'm bored.
Yeah.
It did go on a little bit too long, those credits, but
Yeah.
it had the music, so.
There's sort of that first scene in Krypton. It sort of sets it up. You can see that Krypton's a very sort of crystalline, cold
Yeah.
sort of environment, and you can sort of tell from that Superman sort of takes his values from.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to be a highly advanced race with higher values and higher knowledge and science. Not so much that they can't all predict the same thing that's happening, like the planet's about to blow up.
Just quickly, the credits, that opening scene cost more than most films did back in those days. It was just like a character film.
Jesus. Well, it was an event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The music, a John Williams film with the music was an event to watch the intro. Like Star Wars' intro was an event.
Okay, when this confused me a little bit. Obviously, we got General Zod, Ursa, and Non, and they're guilty for some crime. Again, I watched this thinking they're in Superman. We never see them again, do we?
Correct, not in the first film. Yeah.
Not in the first film.
But as you mentioned earlier, Mark, they filmed 1 and 2
together.
Yeah.
Most of 2 together. So that explains it. But again, I was thinking these aren't in this one. It's definitely a second one.
Yeah.
But we don't see or hear from them again, do we?
No.
They fly off in that album cover.
Yeah. His album
Yeah,
cover,
if I'm gonna get a band together, that album cover is going to be that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's done it before, but that's what I want to do.
I don't know if anyone's done it before.
No.
I got to learn to play an instrument first. They get banished to some zone. So Kal-El and Jor-El are the 2 names we hear.
Mm-hmm.
Jor-El's Brando, Superman's dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got the same thing on his.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
like the
family
family crest. Yeah.
So is it S for Superman? Or is it not an S?
No.
It's not an S.
Well, again, if you go into the lore, in Man of Steel, it was revealed that symbol means hope.
Hope, yes.
But it just happened to look like an S, and on Earth they go, Superman!
Yeah. It'd probably be a H, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jor-El, he's like he's I don't know, what is he?
He's a high society scientist.
He gets rid of the 3 dudes, doesn't he? And
Yes, he's like a judge. He's part of the council, isn't
and
he?
then everyone sort of turns against him quickly, which I couldn't quite.
Well, yeah, that's why I did find it frustrating. Sort of like we have to pass judgment, and there's all these faces in the sky saying guilty, 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 guilty.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it rests on 1 vote, and I'll hold you personally responsible. I was like, no. All of these guys, I'm just the last one. Don't hold me.
Big heads there. Yeah.
Oh, and your heirs, so obviously setting up the second.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Okay, all these other guys, you can go after them as well. That's what I'd be saying anyway.
Yeah.
But then they do all turn on him, just saying, no, your conspiracy theories are rubbish.
Yeah, because he's saying the planet Krypton's going to blow up in 30 days.
Yeah, and they're like, no, it's just the orbit reconfiguring. And so you can't say anything, by the way, and you can't leave.
It looks
Okay,
like a
you have
giant
to-
flare from the sun.
Yeah.
Sort of messes him up. Is that right?
Why not?
Yeah. So they put baby Superman in the little.
And he's very clever. It's like,
Thingy.
neither me or my wife will leave.
Right.
I'll be straight away going, yes. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Superman gets put in there. Well, baby Superman.
Yeah.
There's 5 people that play Superman in this film.
Right, okay.
Baby one.
Yeah.
A little
Baby
bit older
two.
one, which is flying through space. Then we've got toddler Superman, who done our intro at the start of the podcast. Then we get Jeff East and then Christopher Reeve. You awake there, Scott? Did I bore you?
Yeah.
Sorry. He flies through space and Krypton explodes then, doesn't it? Is that right?
It does.
Yeah, and he arrives... I didn't quite realise, but he arrives on Earth in 1951.
Right. Yes. And he's going through space listening to his dad's audiobooks.
Yes, basically the crystals.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which Einstein called his theory of relativity. Embedded in the crystals before you is the total accumulation of all literature and scientific fact from dozens of other worlds.
A lot of
Talk about Einstein's theory of relativity. Well, how do they know about Einstein's theory of relativity?
Yeah, this is what I didn't get. What year was it on Krypton? How long did it take? 3 years to get from Krypton to Earth, like you said, or?
I think, from what I've read, I think Krypton, when it starts in 1938, I think that is then goes to Krypton. That's assuming it's in Earth years, that's
Right.
1938.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it takes him however long it is to get to Earth, and he arrives on Earth in 1951.
Right, okay.
Right.
And he lands straight on in America, of course.
Which, yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect place.
lucky.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been a totally different film if he'd have been picked up by some different people.
Yeah.
You know, it could have,
He landed in Swindon or
Kazakhstan.
Grimsby, yeah.
yeah.
And then we get introduced to 2 characters,
Mm-hmm.
Martha and Jonathan. And the asteroid lands. And then this is where we see our friend, Aaron Slaminski. Did our intro.
Yep.
He was a little boy that lifted up the car.
With his PP out?
Yes. I know. And it's still on the DVD now. Still saw his little Willy. Sorry if you listen to this. You might be listening to this because he's done our intro. But yeah, and then he saved... The car falls, isn't it? Jack falls.
Yeah.
But he's there to save it.
Mm.
And then the music.
Yeah, as Jonathan's changing your wheel.
Jonathan
said something about careful of your heart or something.
Yeah.
Sort of
And it's just like, well, we've got to find out who this kid belongs to. Nah, we've always wanted a kid. Let's just take him.
Yeah, we say it's our cousins.
And they say, let's just find out who he belongs to. And then he lifts the car up and he then takes another look and thinks, oh, that's a spaceship. He's come from outer space. There's no point, I think. Yeah.
He could be Andy around the farm. We then literally go straight to
High school.
A few more years later, obviously, and I'm guessing he's about, is he 18 or something?
About 18 years later.
And Jeff East plays Clark Kent with Christopher Reeve's voice dubbed.
Yes, yeah.
I never picked up on that.
Yeah, I didn't until I read it.
Never picked up on that.
I think on the TV version, so I think there's a TV version where they actually added further scenes in.
Right.
Yes, there's I saw that on Amazon, but I couldn't rent it. I could only buy it, and I was like, I'm just going to rent the original.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jeff East's voice, so they've got a mixture, so they've still got Chris
okay.
dubbing over some of it, but then there's the original Chris. So you can in the sort of almost like the same scene, the voice goes from one actor to the other actor.
Right. Yeah. He had a bit of makeup on as well, didn't he? He spent like 3 hours in makeup to try and make him a little bit like a wig and nose thing. He's annoyed because they're sort of taking the mick out of him, aren't they? Where he's a
nerd.
Yeah, he's got to wash the kits.
He could rip their spines out if he wanted to.
He kicks that football. I remember that scene when I was a kid. Like, wow.
Yeah.
No, I remember the running past the train.
Yeah.
Which looks awful now.
Yeah. It was cool at the time.
It was very cool at the time.
Okay, a little fact for you. You know, the train goes past and we get little Lois Lane in the train.
That's little Lois Lane?
I'm a poet and I don't know it. Yeah, they said so Lois Lane in the train.
Yeah.
That's Lois Lane because she's a little bit younger than Clark, isn't she? Yeah.
I never picked
she
up on
said
that either.
Because they say, look, Lois.
No,
don't talk rubbish, Lois, or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
I never picked up on that.
Golly! I saw a boy up there run as fast as the train. Faster even.
Lois Lane, you have a writer's gift for invention. I'll say that for you.
But
Lois, please read your book.
Her parents, the dad is the original Superman. What's his name?
Really?
I had his name somewhere. Kirk Allen.
Okay, yeah.
And Lois Lane's mum was Lois Lane in
clever.
the 40s.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they were doing stuff back, the little cameos back
all
the way back then. And they still do it to this day, don't they?
Because she says she saw a guy running there like, read your book. Yeah, and then he races them back. He beats them. How'd you get here? I just ran. Oh,
They don't question. They just call him a freak and then drive off.
Do you feel sorry for him?
Yeah.
Then he challenges to race his dad, stepdad. If he wouldn't have raced him, he wouldn't have had his heart attack, would he? That's quite a sad scene. That
it
sort of like in the way he holds his arm. He goes, "Oh no," because he knows it's coming, isn't he?
Yeah, very understated though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like in Man of Steel with Kevin Costner
in a great big tornado.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. But this is
just
just
his hands up and pause. Yeah, no, it's very sad.
How a heart attack would happen, isn't it? Yeah.
And there's I can't remember. Scott, you'll probably know. There's a bit of a speech, isn't there, that the father gives to.
Yeah, and it's just all about this. You could destroy all these people, and he wants to say, well, am I just being myself if I go out and get a touchdown every single time?
Yeah.
He wants to play football. I said, well, yeah, but you're meant for greater things.
Yeah.
Not just getting touchdowns. I just don't know what it is. So installing fantastic virtues and to Clark from the Kents.
Sorry?
The Kents.
The Kents, yeah. So the uncle, his dad, I suppose, isn't it, dies, and he decides to leave. You know when he goes and gets the green?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to think, is that kryptonite?
Yeah.
Because it's green. It used to throw me a little bit. Because kryptonite's green, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought then he froze it.
Thought that I questioned that now. I was like, why if it's green, why is it not kryptonite?
And he froze it in stone. That's his fortress of
solitude.
Yeah.
He goes to the North Pole, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then he.
So
he throws the green crystal, and that creates the fortress of solitude.
Yeah, and then his dad, his proper dad, what's his name, Jor-El, appears and he starts talking to him. Now, does he take him away for 12 years?
Yes.
He takes him away.
So he's around about 18 at the time.
That's
and
it.
He goes away for 12 years.
12
comes
years.
Back, he's 30 years old when he goes to Metropolis.
And now we're in 1978, which is the film.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't realise he takes him away. I just thought he was talking to him for a little bit.
But also, Jor-El also said, like, by this time I would have been dead for thousands of your Earth years.
Yes.
Which I didn't understand.
That's what I didn't get about
Because it's 38
Einstein.
to 78.
Yeah.
Maybe it is something to do with it. I don't know. I think we're looking far too into it.
Yeah, something like that. Durex, I call him.
Yeah, I thought you would.
This is when we first see Christopher Reeve, and he flies,
Yes.
doesn't he? Because he doesn't fly out, and it's the first time we see him.
Yes, first time you see the suit. And,
48 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
Nothing big, he just sort of flies off, doesn't
Well,
he?
it's a massive intro.
Yeah.
Massive origin story.
Metropolis is where we go.
Which is blatantly New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it looks just like New York, doesn't it?
and there's no hiding from it, is there? Yeah.
We meet Lois, Jimmy, Perry White, the newspaper. A bit like Spider-Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
JJ.
dude.
Yeah.
And I love it how Clark Kent can't open the bottle, and he's always making out that he's
trapped in a revolving door. And yeah.
He's so clumsy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Stephen Merchant's character in Extras.
Mm-hmm.
He plays that sort of bumbling fool. We see Otis go across the street. I like it every time we get like a tuba.
The music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the underground layer, which is Lex Luthor. This also I didn't understand. Lex Luthor's bald, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I never knew this because obviously I grew up with this Superman, but he always had hair. But they're meant to be wigs in the film.
Yes.
But
which you see when Lex Luthor's in the pool, and then Otis finds the wig toupee on the bed, and then he puts it on the.
But it's not. It's subtle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's subtle.
Yeah. I didn't, as a kid, again, think you don't pick up on this.
And there's a reveal at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because every time I've seen Lex Luthor in films and
subsequently, he's been bald.
He's always bald, and I think, why is he bald? Lex Luthor's not bald, but it's the other way around.
There's a bit of a journey for Lex Luthor, because I think on the original comic books he was a mad scientist, and then he developed probably from the Superman film, but then more latterly to like a real estate magnate and sort of sort of running for president and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he's a really clever guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So first of all, mad scientist, then criminal mastermind, then underhanded businessman, I think, but extremely intelligent.
Right, let's go to the helicopter scene, because that's the first big scene, I think.
Superman.
Yeah.
It's the first time he reveals himself in public's eye.
This is cool, isn't it? Cause I like how he comes out and goes to a phone box and realises he hasn't got a bottom bit.
Yeah.
Does that dude say that? Say, Jim, that's a bad outfit.
Say, Jim, whoa!
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit.
And he flies up. Lois Lane's having problems in a helicopter. The pilot, he got his thing caught. He got the
some sort of cable.
Just come back down, mate.
Yeah.
And he sort of.
Because she was flying to meet Air Force One at the airport, wasn't she? It's like very coincidental that happened to happen, and then the Air Force One suffered one of its engines have a lightning strike.
What are the chances of that? If she falls, easy miss, I got you. Well, probably one of the famous lines.
Yeah.
You got me.
Who's got you?
Who's got you?
Yeah.
But just before that, he runs across the street, doesn't he? He's like,
rips
that scene's cool.
Yeah.
It is. It's so iconic.
Yeah.
You know,
they must have done that in all the other ones, did they? Where they just ripped the shirts underneath.
I can't remember it.
Definitely done in Superman 2.
So does he wear his suit underneath all the time?
That's the.
He must be. I'll tell you what. He must be boiling, because I've got this on now with nothing else on top.
He's Superman.
Yeah. So am I. But I'm sweating, man. I am.
Sweating, man.
Then we get it's like a montage, but not a montage.
Doing all the saving, all the different things.
I quite a bit that saves the cat from the tree. I think it just gives everything has to be like massive grand scale.
He's just he's the hero to us all.
The kid goes in and says, "A man flew down from the," and she's like, "What are you talking about?"
You hear a slap, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because I thought I was going mad.
Frisky was stuck in the tree. This man swooped out of the sky and gave him to me.
Haven't I told you to stop telling lies?
So it's again normalising beating of children.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was the 70s and the 80s, basically. We get the burglar scene
which Superman will come back and go, don't do that.
Yes.
Should have done,
shouldn't he? He must have heard that.
Yeah.
Of his ears. The burglar scene, that was quite clever. The guy in the office was tied to the chair on a different angle.
Oh, I see.
And then they were stood.
Yeah, I take it was sort of filmed horizontally.
Clever, wasn't it? Yeah. The cat in the tree, the burglar scene, the boat scene He gets the robbers and he gets smacked with a crowbar. And then, like you say, Air Force One, fly. Don't look, just fly.
We've got something.
Yeah.
He sort of does a salute, doesn't he? Up there?
Excuse me.
Little cameo coming up of Richard Donner when Clark Kent's looking at the is it a TV store or something in the street, and someone speaks to him. That's Richard Donner. I think that's roundabout now. Anyway, right. Lex Luthor, he's got a cool underground layer, hasn't he?
Yeah.
With a swimming pool.
Yeah, swimming pool.
Not
pool
paying rent
table,
or anything. He's just
library, all of that.
Miss Tessmacher. He was quite hot there, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Otis.
He's vicious too. He just pushes that guy onto the rails, and presumably he just gets. It's all comic like he does a high pitched scream, but he would have got cut in 3 pieces.
Yeah, they just find his hat, didn't they?
Yeah.
Perry White is we mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
He is the editor. Is he?
Chief.
He wants information on his Superman dude. He wants to get again like Spider-Man. He wants to get information. Lois gets a little card that says "Meet me," isn't she?
A friend.
A friend.
Your place.
That's it, because he says "a friend" before he flies off on the helicopter thing. Yeah, so he's basically got like an interview with Superman.
Before that, doesn't Clark save her from a gunshot in the
I
alley?
forgot about that. Yeah, of course.
He catches it.
Yeah,
and you see a little break of character where he kind of looks at his hand, smiles, winks at the camera, and then goes back to being his bumbly.
Yeah,
bumbly
completely
self.
forgot about that scene. He grabs the bullet, doesn't he? Yeah,
catches the bullet midair
and makes out he's fainted.
Yeah.
The date then. This is quite an iconic.
Iconic scene. I think.
And she's waiting around for him. I've done a little thing at the start of this podcast of me interviewing Superman.
Right.
I thought it was bloody brilliant.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure we will just
played it with my son.
Pat you on the back and
he just
say, "Well done, Rob."
Didn't find it funny one bit. He went off to play Fortnite.
Can I go now?
Yeah, he said, "Can I go now?" Yeah. So she wants to ask him some questions. She's got a pen and paper there, hasn't she? He lands on a nice apartment. Which she's
Very
got.
nice apartment for
pay
a journalist.
Well. Yeah, pay well then, don't they?
It wouldn't have worked if he only had a little open window and a high rise.
Yeah. He lands and she's like a bit smitten, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely.
But I like it when she sort of says, she asks his weight and then how big are you? How tall are you?
Tall, yeah.
Did she mean is
Johnson
Superman Willie?
Yeah. And this is how you think Superman's actually quite a cool dude, isn't he? He knows what he's doing.
He
complete
knows.
contrast to Clark Kent. It's the first time we really hear sort of Superman speaking.
As soon as she said how big are you, she should have got 8 inches. I mean 6'4".
But she was also mesmerised by his weight, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was like 225 pounds. She's like 225.
Yeah, she loved it, didn't she?
Oh, is that supposed to mean? That's supposed to mean that he's big and strong. I guess.
I reckon it must be. Yeah. They go off for the fly. This scene bored me a little bit as a kid because it was a bit lovey-dovey.
Really long and
yeah. Can you read my mind?
Yeah, her monologue.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Apparently, she was going to be singing a song about that. I think.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm glad she did. And then he's holding her just by her fingers.
Yeah.
And unless he has got superpowers, we know. But how is she staying up?
Yeah, that would break her fingers.
And then he drops her. He's like, "Oops, I've dropped you." And then he goes down and saves her. If I was Lois, then I would, don't you do that again.
Take me down now. Take me down now.
Quickly.
Put me on the floor now.
Must have been cold up there. She says, "Should I bring a jacket?"
You would be absolutely freezing, wouldn't you?
No, you don't need
Yeah,
to.
you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Always take a jacket.
Yeah.
Lois, once they finish the interview, this is when the first time Superman is mentioned. She goes, Superman.
So she makes up his name?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
She makes his name. As soon as he goes, Clark Kent. So was he having a date with Lois?
Yeah, that's never mentioned.
No.
I don't think until.
Yeah, I think the implication was the note was supposed to be from Clark, but obviously he set it up for the interview for Superman. But I think
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this is brilliant. This is where Christopher Reeve is great. He turns up. He's hunched over. He's got his glasses on. He's knocking into stuff.
Yeah,
a bit clumsy.
Stuff.
And she goes out the room, and he wants to tell her, doesn't he? He takes his glasses off, and all of a sudden he's like a foot taller.
Yeah, it's very clever. Very, very.
And
clever.
He's just gone from like a bit of a geek to good-looking guy.
His voice changes, his posture changes, his look changes.
He goes to tell her, but he decides not to, because that's Superman 2, is it? 3?
Yeah, 2.
Lex Luthor, he knows about
Somehow he knows
weakness.
about Krypton.
Yeah, because
for some reason.
because the interview, Lois, Superman said to Lois,
She
"I'm from
misspells
Krypton."
it. She always just misspells
Yeah.
stuff, and if he spells it out.
Yeah,
he
how
spells
many
it out
peas in rapist at the start? I thought, bit uncalled for that. Sure, it's obviously one, or you'll be rapist, wouldn't you?
And then obviously we forgot that she was behind the lead plant, and when she asked him what kind of underwear have I got on.
Yeah, so he knows the yes. Well done. Yeah.
So he hatches his little plan.
Yeah.
And he somehow discovers just by looking in encyclopedias.
Straight to a book.
Yeah.
I would have took longer googling that than he went. Yeah, he managed to find that kryptonite comes from Krypton.
So does he bring that up in her interview?
In the interview, he says he comes from Krypton and he can't see through lead.
But he doesn't say.
Doesn't say anything about kryptonite.
Doesn't say about a weakness.
So
The only
how
weakness
does
was
he work that
lead.
out?
Yeah, I
don't know. Well, he's got an IQ of 200, remember? Which is his weight.
Yeah.
And also his
But it's a
IQ.
bit like, I don't know, we go to another planet from Earth and they say, he's come from Earth, there's a lot of water on Earth, water must be, his kryptonite, but yeah.
What would your weakness be as a Superman? As a super...
Probably uranium or something like that.
Chocolate and uranium. I don't know what mine would be. I probably bloody wouldn't have one, would I? Weakness. Wearing a Superman suit is a bit tight for you. That would be my weakness.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I keep saying this. I didn't understand the plot when I was a kid. The missile thing. They're just testing them. Is this right?
Yeah, nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
And their security is shocking.
Yes. So what Lex Luthor wants to do, I think he explains it in a minute, so we'll come to that bit in a minute. But we go to the missile scene, and we've got JR from Dallas.
I thought it was him. I said to the wife, that's JR. No, I don't
Is it Larry Hagman? Yeah. Because I guess he was big at the time, wasn't he? Or just before Dallas?
It might have been before.
Ran about that time. Yeah.
Sure,
Lex Luthor fakes a car accident, and Miss Tessmacher's lying on the floor, all sexy.
This is funny. Yeah, carry on.
Yep. Go on, you say.
Well, it's just because looks like she needs chest CPR. Yes, it's prescribed, chest massages and CPR. Okay, well, Sergeant, I think I should do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All of you, about face.
Yeah.
He just gets.
I wouldn't expect you guys to do something that
I wouldn't do. That's
Yeah.
it. And he gets them to all look away so we can have his. It's awful.
And absolutely everybody's left the truck and left the nuclear
Yeah.
warhead. Unguarded.
Shocking.
That is brilliant.
Absolutely shocking. So
everyone's got out to check out this hot girl who could be dead.
Lex planned to just do that nuke because then it's revealed that he Otis effed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then he goes and gets another one from the army, one from the navy.
Don't send Otis. You know what I mean? Otis should be the guy who turns up in the ambulance.
Yeah. For a guy of IQ of 200, that is a stupid move.
Yeah, I would definitely. If that was me, I'm not going to trust that buffoon. I'm going to go and change his because he's going to get it wrong, and he did. And then they quickly, within seconds, get a lorry with like a mobile home on the back for Plan B, and then this time Miss Tessmacher goes in and changes the coordinates, doesn't she?
Yes.
So they do change the coordinates because he wants this rocket to go to
the San Andreas Fault.
Yeah. So this was a bit of the plot. Was always a bit confusing when you were a kid. He wants to blow that up because he's bought land somewhere else.
Yeah. So California at the moment's on the coast, but he wants to in effect sink California, so the land he's bought will be the coast and it'll be worth a lot more money.
That's it. And Lois is in California, isn't she, at the moment?
Interviewing the
Indian
guys.
The land fraud deal.
Yeah.
As is Olsen.
Yes, he's there.
Taking photos of the Hoover Dam for some reason.
Some random That's his day off or something, isn't he? He was in Back to the Future. You know that?
Who was he in?
He was...
was he Marty's brother?
Yes. Mark McClure. And I think only him and one other, I can't think who it is, are in all the Supermans as well.
Right.
Christopher Reeve, I suppose. But... he's in all
of the
Supermans.
Number 4.
No, the fourth one, no. Nuclear Man.
Canon films at their best.
Okay, Lex sends the high pitch alert.
Yeah, it's almost like a dog whistle initially, isn't it? And then his voice comes in.
I was thinking how stupid this is, but then I thought it's quite clever actually.
I remember him also having like a video on the side of a building, like a Titantron.
Did he? Right.
But then I maybe remembering that at all.
Or
we may do it.
Other edits.
In another edit, or it could be the second film. Because is Lex in another film?
I don't know now. I haven't seen the others.
He's in the second film.
He is in the second film.
Yes, because they get him out of jail.
So maybe they do the same thing.
So, Clark Kent's in his
jumps
office.
out of a window.
Yeah, and it's only the blinds that are pulled down.
Nobody says a thing.
But
Tries
also,
to stop him.
That's not safe, is it?
No.
I've been to a few hotels that are quite high, and you can never open the windows, can you? Travelodge, classy. But he just pulls the blind and jumps out and then flies, and he goes...
And his, again, new powers are revealed every single second. Somehow he can just miraculously change his clothes like that.
He doesn't have the eyes in this film, does he?
No, they talk about... No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he does that in a subsequent film. At least the breath he does.
Yeah, I think 3 he breathes on the lake, doesn't he?
And the eyes, yeah.
Is that 3? I don't know.
There's an oil tanker which he blows it all back into the oil tanker. And
that's when he turns bad in 3, isn't it?
So that must be it.
Superman 3 when he... Yeah, you can tell he's bad because he hasn't shaved and he's drinking. Always a good sign. We go to Lex Luthor's hideout.
Mm-hmm. Superman drills down.
Yes. Spins around really quick.
Yeah. Smashed the door open.
Stand back
Lex
now.
Luthor.
Stand back now, yeah.
It was just like, come in, it's open.
That's great.
It's open, come in. My attorney will be in touch with you about the damage to the door. Otis, take the gentleman's cape.
I don't think he wants me to, Mr. Luthor.
All right, Luthor, where's the gas pellet?
This is when he explains all of his plan to Superman.
Obviously, like a James Bond film, any supervillain's got to explain in detail exactly what they're going to do.
With a big map and a stick.
But the plan was to get him to look inside the lead-cased...
Yeah, because he sits on it, because there's nothing here.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
What is he looking for? A remote for the...
To turn... Yes, to stop the...
So the plan, even though it was
He was going to let off something in New York, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah, there were 2 nukes. One for...
The original message was something about some poisonous gas he's going to let through the air.
Yes, so he's looking for a remote to turn it off. Yeah. You know that box which the kryptonite's in?
Yeah.
That box is in another famous film, and I only found this out this morning.
What, 77 Star Wars?
Star Wars, correct.
Really?
The scene where Obi-Wan Kenobi is talking to Luke and he gets a lightsaber out of a box. That's the same prop. So that box has a lightsaber in and the kryptonite. I guess a year later, props. What can we use?
Well, yeah, that's good that they're reusing props because it's anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's the one. That's what you should have said.
That's the one.
So bumbling around Clark Kent.
I am Clark Kent. Well, I've got glasses on, sorry.
Put you guys for areas. Clark Kent's back now. Right, the missiles launch into the
travelling
sky.
Very fast. Like the landscape's going behind them very, very fast.
Yeah. Did you see the guy from Cheers in the controller booth? Cliff.
Oh, was it?
John Ratzenberger.
Yeah, okay.
He plays the controller. I think he says it's not turning back or it's not working or something. Anyway, Superman needs to get out of the layer because he's got kryptonite around his neck. He's in the pool. He's drowning. But luckily, Miss Tessmacher has a change of heart because one of the missiles is going
to where her mum
lives. Yes.
And, Lex is a evil bastard.
Yes. Because he sort of says, my mum lives in Hackensack. And he just goes up to her, looks at his watch and then... shakes his head and walks away. He doesn't say anything, does he? He just says, as if say, not anymore, she don't. Yeah. She has a change of heart. I think
again, stupid on his behalf.
Because she's quite nice, I think. She's only hanging around with him for the pad, I reckon, the indoor pool and things like that. A little bit of fame, a little bit of money, indoor suntan booth, whatever they got. She saves him, steals a kiss from him.
Yeah, not consensual at all.
No.
So how is it okay for a woman to do that but not a man?
Yeah.
I thought it was a man who did that.
No.
He'd be in trouble.
Right, so we're in California. We've got Jimmy at the dam. Lois is out of gas.
Out of gas.
See how I say gas there because some of our American listeners. Petrol. She's out of petrol. Fuel. But Superman, he goes to save the first missile.
Because he promised.
Yes, he promised.
And he never lies.
And he saves the first one. I love that scene how he's chasing it and then he just pushes it up. But he's so fast because in a minute he spins around the Earth. He flies around the Earth in like half a second. So if he's that fast, couldn't he have got to the other one and just been waiting for it to come down?
Yeah, he could have done.
He'd have been sat in a chair looking at his watch, waiting for the next one to come and crash because he's that quick.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we're thinking about it too much.
We are thinking about it too much, and obviously he gets the first one, doesn't get the second one. It goes off, fighting fires everywhere. He saves the dam.
The classic is a school bus on a bridge.
Yeah.
How many times has that been in films? It's always a.
And also you've got the train, haven't you, where he sort of lays
down. Oh, yeah. Cool, isn't it?
He makes himself into the...
And he puts his head down just in time, That's pretty cool. And no, the other one I thought was funny, he flies to like some electricity, I don't know what it is. It's all sparks blowing up. And all he does is he just turns the mains off and then goes, "Gentlemen, is that man okay? Gentlemen, is that man all right over there?" Oh, thanks, Superman. Oh, we could have just turned that off.
But he does repair the fault as well, and he sort of goes down into the molten
Oh,
lava.
does he?
And he sort of,
So yeah, he goes.
and it's the aftershock, I think, that then gets.
Right, okay. I'll let him off then. He doesn't just turn it off.
It is a cool scene seeing him underground, lifting up molten rock and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's clever, isn't it? But he doesn't save Lois.
No.
Horrific scene.
Yeah, terrifying. He used to terrify me a lot.
Yeah.
Remnants of Tremors as well, I think, of the carving.
Oh, he missed the classic line when his dad dies as well, didn't he? After it, sort of, I've got all these powers, but I couldn't save him. And you can sort of get the feeling that when Lois dies, that's sort of coming back to him.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's really pissed off,
and
isn't
he's forbidden to interfere with Earth's history.
Yeah.
But of course, if the Earth goes this way...
If you spin the Earth around the other way, time goes backwards.
Yeah.
We were all led to believe that when we were younger. I thought that's how it worked.
And it was a cool scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He flies so fast, the Earth goes backwards.
And then he has to turn it back going forward again. That's a nice little detail.
There's like a video player in it really wide.
You're right. He didn't just fly off then.
Yeah.
I still don't see how that really helped him though, because if he didn't have time the first time round, if he goes back in time, he's still not going to have time the second time
so what do you think he did?
Well, it only really shows Lois's little scenario.
Yes.
It doesn't show anything else happening.
So everyone else died. The school bus
Maybe everyone else died.
I reckon he went and put a few bets on as well.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I've seen a film where you shouldn't do that because it messes with the
space-time continuum, which we're not mentioning in that film.
It gets back to Lois, and she's sort of like, "Where have you been?" And there's a little smile on his face to say, "Oh, I've just."
Yeah, she is. She's pissed, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you been? For God's sake! Supposed to be
I'm out of petrol. Fly me somewhere now.
Yeah.
And then Olsen comes along and he's also pissed.
Yeah, because he just left him. You'll be safe here. Rock's coming down, nearly squashing him. Brilliant. But he saves her, and then he goes and takes Lex and Otis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Straight to a prison.
Straight to the prison.
It was very corny, that scene. Wasn't it?
Very corny.
Well, they're awaiting trial.
Yeah. And he flies off, and then I remember as a kid, he breaks the fourth wall, he flies through space. And he looks at the camera, and I went, he looked at me. Mum, Dad, look, he looked at me. He sort of he just smiles, doesn't he? Yeah. It's so cool, that bit.
Yeah, it is cool.
He flies off. Superman.
Really?
Computer games, Scotty boy.
There are so many computer games. There's obviously a massive film like that. And wanting to the mass marketing of computer games, I think every system had a computer game, a Superman computer game. Nintendo, Sega, Commodore, Atari, PC, all of them. So Atari, all too many to kind of recap, but yeah, loads of them.
And the picture on the box is really cool, and then there's nothing like it on the game, isn't it?
You see it again. Back then, you had to use your imagination.
Yeah.
So loads of computer games. And again, the main thing would be hearing the theme tune.
Yeah. That's all you want.
That's it.
Memories.
I've got Stephen from Liverpool sent us a message saying, I love this film so much, so my mum tells me after seeing it, I pestered her for his suit. When she bought it me, I put it on and cried because I couldn't fly. I think we all did, really, didn't we?
Yeah, when I put mine on, I cried, but that's because it's a bit tight. Mark.
I've got one from Mark Beerling from Aberdeen, who joined you for...
Yeah, friend of the show, Mark.
Friend of the show.
Iconic theme tune, kicks in from the start, and a classic was born. Bloody love Superman. So many great moments. Young Super lifting the car, the helicopter scene, and Clark turning into our hero. Great storyline with Lex Luthor and following his master plan, resulting in the climax reversing time. Brilliant. Great setup for Superman 2 at the beginning of the film. Great script also. Playfully acted by a terrific cast. Looking forward to the podcast, gents.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much, mate.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah. We tried our best. Hopefully we'll be right. Right, cheers, Mark. And Scott, you got another one?
Alan Goodenough. Simple, yet effective. It's the greatest superhero movie ever.
I said to him, I replied and said, I agree. I think this is my favourite. I know you like Batman, Scott, don't you, a little bit, but I think this is my favourite.
It's just like the original. Without Superman, I can't see any of these other ones necessarily doing the same, doing as well as they did. But
and is Superman 2 probably his better film, but this is the first. This is the OG, isn't it? This is the best one.
Yeah, and I think a bit like Predator when we talked about. I like the fact that you don't actually see Superman until is it like 47 minutes in. There's a bit of a slow burn.
Yeah, I agree. Also, then we've got a voice message from Paul Constable. Have you heard of him?
Oh, who's he?
I don't know. You heard of Paul?
Is he still talking about running the marathon?
Yeah, I know. He's still banging on about it.
Yeah.
Well, let's play. So we've got a message from Paul, and we've got a message from Toddler Superman.
Oh yes,
he's got a little memory as well. So let's play those messages.
Hello fellow geeks, fear not, Save the Clock Tower is here. I wasn't going to miss Superman. Sadly I cannot be here for the recording today as I'm off to Wembley to shortly see Linkin Park in concert. So Superman, memories, wow. This is one of those films which I think growing up was one of those father-son moments for me. It was a film whenever it was on TV, I sat down and I watched it with my dad. I know my dad really likes this film too. From the beginning, the orchestral start of the John Williams fanfare to the film starring Christopher Reeves, the late Gene Hackman. What a great film it really is. Throughout, watched it many times, love it every time, never get tired of it. And to be honest with you, there is only one Superman ever, that is Christopher Reeve. I haven't watched any other Superman films because I just can't bear the thought of watching someone else playing Superman other than Christopher Reeve. But overall, I love this film and one of cinematic's greatest ever.
Hi, I'm Aaron Smolenski, and I was a little kid that lifted the truck in the original Superman movie. Such a special movie, such a special time it was for me. I remember a ton of it. Lifting the truck, I remember, Dick Donner let me talk on his walkie-talkie. So much of it. Interesting fact is that there was only one cable from a crane that was lifting the truck. So, and Gene Hackman's brother, Richard Hackman, was a stunt coordinator, and he was lying about 4 feet away from me. So if that cable snapped, I don't think there's much he was going to do. But anyway, it was special. I was also in Superman 3. I was a boy at the photo booth on that, and that's when I first met Christopher Reeve. And what an incredible man he was, and he taught me humility. And I remember there's a picture of me and him. You probably find it online. And it was in the lunch tent, and it was him and sitting with everyone else, the crew, the cast, the extras, just having lunch. Such an incredible man. So that's it. So I guess the three retro movie geeks are scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and get me to introduce it. Anyway, happy to be here. And also, I just wanted to say, now for a special memory from Rob's mum, Mrs. Pauline Taylor. Take it away.
Okay, so as Toddler Superman said, a memory from my mum, she was going to join us, but she had a change of heart. She didn't want to do it. So I got her to write down her little memories. She said to me, I love the scenes with the boy lifting the truck, Superman catching the bullet.
Yep.
And then when he mentions what's in her handbag, she left that bit as well.
Oh, yes.
And she also said her favourite scene was probably the helicopter, saving the helicopter and saving Lois from there. So thank you, my mum. Right, what's that flying through the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's the quiz.
Quiz.
Mark v Scott.
Ooh, bring it.
Mark, your buzzer goes like. And Scott, your buzzer. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, 11 questions. Question 1. I think we mentioned this. What year did planet Krypton explode? Scott.
1938.
No.
Oh, crap.
Mark?
No, was it not?
No, it exploded. They did say it in the film, actually.
1942.
1948. Remember then 3 years to get to Earth? 51? Because you said 51.
I know it was 51 on Earth, but yeah.
Question 2. Lois asked Superman his age. What was his reply? Scott.
It wasn't a number. He said... You can go for it.
Over 21.
Over 21.
Over 21.
Correct. 1-0. Question 3. Tough one. Really tough one. Young Clark Kent spoke to who for help around the farm when he's gone?
Yeah.
He said to... Is it Martha?
His mum, yeah, Martha.
Yeah. He said, don't worry, I've asked.
Joey Buckley.
Joey Buckley? No. Imagine if that was right. Mental.
Oh, no idea. I can't know.
I've asked Ben Hubbard for help around the farm.
Just as random as my one.
Yeah. Question 4. Lois asked Clark how he found his first day on the job. What was his negative reply? Scott.
Long hours.
Longer hours than expected, yeah. 1-1. This is good. Close. It's close one. This is what the listeners want. Question 5. Okay, so for 1 point, you only got to name 2 of the items that was in Lois's handbag. I only want 2. Scott.
Comb.
Comb. No.
Lipstick.
Lipstick is correct. Can you name me another one for a point?
There's some form of money in there. Was it $10?
Correct. $10.
Nice.
$10. 2 credit cards, a hairbrush, and lipstick.
Well, really, Lois? Supposing that man had shot you. Is it worth risking your life over $10, 2 credit cards, a hairbrush, and a lipstick?
How did you know that?
No what?
Oh, you evil man.
Yeah.
And hit a post.
You said cone, didn't you? Question number 6. What country does Lex steal the kryptonite from? I want the country.
Is it Egypt?
No.
No. Because he doesn't mention the country.
I said Ababa or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, something.
Addis Ababa.
Yeah, that's
which
what
country is that?
That's what I said. Oh, is that not?
No, I asked the country.
Oh, Addis Ababa.
Kind of a trick question there. See if you know your geography.
Dubai?
No.
Syria.
So you kind of got it right, but I did ask for the country.
Yeah, all right.
Ethiopia.
All right.
That's in Ethiopia. Good question, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very good.
Thank you very much. Question 7. Otis wants to name an area or state after him. What was it?
Otisville.
No!
Is it not?
No.
Berg!
Yeah, it's Berg. Go on, look at that. 2-2. Question 8. What is Superman's mum's name? Real mum. Biological mum. You went to say Martha.
I went to say Martha!
They do mention it at the start. Oh, Marlon Brando says something. He does say a name.
Al?
Yeah,
It is Al. Yeah.
Let's make a guess then.
Yeah.
Shall Al.
No, well, it starts with Al. Begins with Al, actually.
L'Oreal.
It's Lara. 2-2 with 3 questions to go. This is poised. Question number 9. The morning after Lois's date with Superman, what was the headline of the paper?
I spent the night with Superman.
Did you?
I did.
Correct.
You set that one up, didn't you?
Yeah. 3-2. Kinky. 3-2 to Scott. So if you get this one, you win. 2 questions to go though. Question 10. General Zod, Ursa and Nom's punishment was isolation in the what zone? They get banished to the something zone.
You got to ring the bell.
No.
Okay, the negative zone.
It's the phantom zone.
Phantom zone.
So Mark, you can draw if you get this.
Okay.
Question 11. Final question. Finish the line. This country is safe against Superman, thanks to you. No, sir. Don't thank me. Scott?
It's just right there on the tip of my tongue.
I'll say
We're all on the same team or something like that?
I'll give it you. We're all part of the same team.
Part of the same team.
This country is safe against Superman, thanks to you.
No, sir. Don't thank me, Warden. We're all part of the same team. Night.
Let's go. Winner. Close though, it was close.
Yeah, it was good quiz too.
Good answers.
I've stopped taking notes when I watch these films now.
Yeah.
Because you've drifted away from like the numbers and factoids. So
yeah,
I was going to memorise the codes, but I thought no.
That's what it used to be like.
Yeah.
And
it's too obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was getting too obvious, and Paul was complaining about numbers.
Think outside the box. Yeah.
But they're great questions, and it makes
you
you pay a little bit more attention to it. And
what a film!
What a film!
Yeah,
Absolutely. And looking forward to seeing James Gunn's Superman.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. It comes out July the
11th.
11th, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park's just.
We've got Jurassic
week before.
World Rebirth.
Yeah, something like that. There's been later. That's July 2nd.
Yeah, and then you've got Fantastic Four towards the end of the
right
the month as well.
Cool.
A blockbuster month for cinema.
Blockbusters. Nothing to be as good as this film, though. Right, okay, we got any shout-outs?
Don't think so, really.
Tricky when you've been on it a few times, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I would say everybody at my my workplace. I've recently just left the place that I've been working at for 12, 13 years. So every member and staff member at Can Do Martial Arts and Training for Warriors Abingdon, no one will be listening, but at least I've said it. They gave me a fantastic send-off. So,
but every cloud has a silver lining.
Yes.
Who are you going to be working with now, Scott?
You.
He's working with me.
Poor guy.
What do you mean, poor guy? First day, I'm going to send him to go and get some tartan paint.
Yeah.
A long wait, long stand. Got all these. I've got these ready.
I'll let his ties down.
So see you Monday. Don't be late. All right, cheers, guys. Thanks, Mark, for coming on.
Pleasure, as always. Yeah.
We keep mentioning cocktail. We are going to try and do it next time, but we got to try and get.
When we all get together.
Paul wants to do cocktail big time. It's one of his favourites, and I've got to get my friend Chris. So we've just got to get time in. So hopefully for that one. If not,
there's
we might
plenty of others.
Yeah,
plenty of others for us to do.
Okay, so we will leave the outro to Toddler Superman.
All right, folks. Well, that's it, fellow movie geeks out there. Thanks so much for watching, being a fan, and for listening to the podcast. Don't forget to follow the 3 Retro Movie Geeks on Instagram and Facebook and wherever else you can find them. Find me on social media as well. And that's it. Up, and away. Just remember, keep it retro.